important to you or not.
It was new people. I've not met him, so yeah, that would be fun.
Well, a lot of people, we were talking about how, off air, we were talking about how on my calendar on my phone, you weren't on the show today.
No, but I am.
You were on the show last week.
Yes.
And you were on the show next week forward. But today,
No.
I didn't have you on here. And I thought, well, and that's weird. And because as soon as you walked in the door, I'm like, well, you're supposed to be here on Thursday.
Yes.
This is where you're supposed to be.
I actually remembered.
Yeah.
I am back on my schedule, so don't forget me.
Well, but what I was telling Kandese is I almost gave away your slot yesterday because you weren't on the calendar.
I know.
And I got a call from the Ron Ketty people, and I'm looking at my calendar, and I said, well, I've got because he's coming to town today, and I said, well, I've got a slot at 9:10 because you weren't on the calendar.
No.
Well, they couldn't do that.
Thankfully.
So we squeezed him in at 7:20 this morning, and then you walked in the door, and I'm like, I am so glad that I didn't book the Ron Ketty people, because then I would have had a double booking here and all that stuff. And of course, all these candidates are trying to get their last-minute appearances in ahead of the primary on Tuesday. So we're trying to accommodate as many of them as we can that reach out to us and that want to do that. But in any case, and I asked him if he had any weird questions in the debates versus what real people ask.
Right.
You know, what do the media people ask versus
what the public wants to know.
The average person wants to know. And he said that apparently in one of the debates he was in, there was a question about cloud seeding that came up. Of course, him being a meteorologist.
Yes.
You know, that was, I guess they thought that was a softball in the wheelhouse question for a meteorologist running for governor. What's your position on cloud seeding?
Oh my gosh.
But do you worry about cloud seeding?
No.
I don't worry about cloud seeding.
I don't know why that's a problem.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I think people have other things like inflation and the price of gas and baby formula and all this other kind of
would
stuff.
love for the clouds to break and for us to get rain and not be in fire danger for the rest of the summer.
Exactly.
But, you know, that's just I feel like everybody cares about that. But in that way,
what can a governor, I don't care if they're a meteorologist or not, what can a governor do about the weather?
No, say, yes, we should cloud seed. Like, no, I'm against it. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not a kid. Like, it's the weirdest question.
It is weird.
It's so weird.
Now, yesterday we were, I was in Carlsbad, and the library there had a musical performance, and they had the Spanish dancers.
Okay.
And the wind came up yesterday, and it was just really windy, and it was blowing things over, and they did their best to, the show must go on type thing.
Yeah,
but
we are firm in that business.
You always, you plan an event, you pick a day, it's going to happen on that day, and then you say your prayers and cross your fingers and hope the weather cooperates.
Short of, I think, like extreme weather, our Art in the Park forums say it's an all-weather event. So once the vendor signs up or the person, we just let them know, rain or shine, hail, snowstorm, whatever, we're going to make it happen.
That's right. That's right. So that's what the risk you run with the outdoor events. So, and since you mentioned Art in the Park, people can start signing up. Vendors can start signing up.
Oh,
now?
yeah. They've been able to sign up. So we have a few. We're actually going to do some mail-outs for those who haven't signed up already starting this month. But, yeah, if you want to, go to the website, pull up the form, print it off, fill it out. Email, fax. No, don't fax it because I don't have a fax number. Email it.
You can fax it to us. We have a fax number.
Okay, yeah. Fax it here and they'll get it to me on the Thursdays at my time in which I am supposed to be here that I am now on the calendar.
Well, on my calendar. You were on Jeffrey's calendar.
I know. Everyone else remembered me, Jean. How could you forget me?
Well, I'm going to call up Tim Cook and say, Tim, what's the deal here?
Nobody knows.
I'm sure he'll take my call.
You saw me and you remembered in your brain. That's fine.
No. Anyway. So, but what are the dates for Art in the Park this year?
It's a Friday, Saturday, October 14th and 15th.
Okay,
so
and it
2
is
days
a
again.
2-day
event.
And you're expanding the hours this year.
Yes. So we shortened. We expanded the hours to it starts at 2 instead of 4 on Friday, and it goes to 8 instead of 9. And then on Saturday, we're going to 6 p.m. because a big survey response question was that they wanted it longer on Saturday, which I was like, okay, awesome. So we'll be going longer on Saturday.
Excellent. Well, we're looking, because we're going to be there
Yes.
to help talk about it, and we're looking forward to that. And that was just a
47th.
You know, and it was interesting because anytime you make a change, and I am just as I've been there. Okay.
Yes.
You know, I moved to Artesia in 1991 to take over the radio station KSVP, and everybody was telling me what was wrong with KSVP.
Yes.
And so we took that. Of course, I had some ideas, you know, and then we make the big change, and then for the next 2 weeks, I was told that I had ruined the best radio station in all of New Mexico. And I'm like, wait a minute. You told me.
Oh yeah, no. They do like to have their input. I also am a transplant in, and so I have learned that they do.
And there's nothing wrong with input. And there's nothing wrong with trying to adhere to tradition.
Yes.
But at some point in time, you got to kind of look at it and do that. It's like when they restriped the J.J. Clark. You know, with the bike paths and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Everybody was like, ah. And now when you drive down it, you go, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. No, it's nice. Yeah.
So you Didn't know. I mean, Art in the Park had been in Central Park for many, many years.
Yes.
I actually remember when they had it out at Martin Luther King Park.
Yes, and I heard about that.
Few years.
And people were like, we hated that, and that's why we moved it back to Central Park. And then I did get several questions where, can it go back to where it belongs? And I said, no. Because I guess at one point they fit 200 vendors in there, and I can see maybe that happening without the band doing their cakewalk. Maybe you could try to squeeze 200, but I could not close off that area for 2 days with food trucks and 200 vendors and everything else we want to do. And JC Park, it just has so much more room. And parking, my goodness, you don't have to like travel far away to park. It has parking, really easily accessed, in and out, clear in and out. Plenty of room for food trucks and people and event. And really our goal is to take it from being just a strict vendor event to an arts festival is the goal. And so we've started asking vendors if they'd be happy to be on a schedule to demonstrate how they make whatever it is that they make, so that because people walk around, they're like, oh, don't buy that, we can make it at home, you know. Actually showcasing that they are artists. They're not just vendors, they're artists who create their crafts, even if it's not what people consider fine art, that they put just as much effort into something that would be considered fine art into what they do. As well as having we're talking to the New Mexico School for the Arts to have their jazz band in. And just different things going on during the day that showcase art, and actually where people can participate and or watch. That happens.
Awesome. So that'll be fun to add to the the festivities. So the overwhelming response that you got from your surveys from participants, vendors, and the public was they enjoyed it being at JC Park, and please don't go back where it's supposed to be. And make it bigger and even better. Okay.
Yeah. And that was the same with Comic-Con. People were like, we want more of everything. And I was like, okay, duly noted, more of everything. So survey responses, we're listening, even if it is kind of hard to change. We are listening and trying to accommodate more of what the community wants to see. And part of that is, in community involvement, is we do have Gun Held Carling coming for our speakeasy. Which is Tuesday, June the 14th.
Okay, that's coming up pretty quick.
So for our gala, and she has let us know that they need jazz readers, a piano player, upright bass player, a sax player, tenor or alto is fine, and they will perform with her. They'll have a 2-hour rehearsal because she'll be coming in the 13th. From El Paso, I think. And so they'll have a 2-hour rehearsal, and they'll get to perform with her in the evening during our speakeasy, and it'll be really great. So if you know anybody, let them know and tell them to call me.
So again, you need the stand-up bass.
We need jazz readers, and I don't know what that is, but I'm sure if you're a jazz reader, you know what that means.
Well, I'm going to look it up while you're talking.
So jazz readers, a piano player, upright bass player, a sax, tenor, or alto.
Okay, jazz reader.
Yes.
Okay. The Jazz Reader. That's an actual website. Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of people on here that are jazz readers. All right, I'm going to rephrase the question.
What is a jazz reader?
Yes.
And so that is Tuesday, June 14th. It starts at 6 p.m. We'll have appetizers, some food. It's 21 plus because we have a cash bar. We'll have a cash bar. And fake gaming tables and just all the stuff in our silent auction will be going on. And then we're following that up with a paint party on the 15th at 6:30 p.m. It's ages 14 and up.
Okay.
And then we'll have the family bingo night on June 16th at 6 p.m. And the price is for 3 to 5 family members for that one instead of individuals. June 17th is our trivia night, 1920s trivia night at 6:30 p.m. And all of these are happening at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center. Our ending event, which is the Murder Mystery Brunch, Murder at the Juice Joint, is actually happening at the Best Western Pecos Inn in the Sala.
Okay.
And so that's at 11 a.m. So everything else is an evening thing until the Murder Mystery Brunch. Because everyone was like, if they had to choose dinner or brunch, everyone was so excited about brunch. So we're doing a brunch.
Doing a brunch. And I think the everything I look up is the jazz.
Yes.
But the jazz reader seems to be a actual person. So I'm not having any success looking it up. So I'm going to give up on that.
Yes. I'm sure if you were a jazz reader, you know what it means.
Because obviously I don't.
Yeah, we do not.
I'm not cultured enough to know. So.
No.
Well, these sounds like some really exciting events coming up. And the Murder Mystery Brunch, does the murder actually take place?
During the brunch?
During the brunch?
Yes.
It does?
Yes.
Okay.
And then it's up to everybody to figure out who done it. So the comedy troupe will be playing most of the characters so that people can just come and enjoy. And whatever is left over, the earlier you sign up, the more likely you are to get whichever characters we have remaining if you want to be a character.
Okay.
And then the rest is just you can make your own person. You can change your name, Bugsy McGee or whatever you want to be, and play along that way. But everyone will have notepads and all the stuff that they need to kind of suss out who did it while enjoying brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Sala is a great place to have that. So that'll be a lot of fun. You might even have some of the people staying in the hotel if they're there.
Yes.
Lining up along the balcony, kind of watching.
Yeah, to watch. Yeah. So and it involves one of our hotels. So you know what I mean. We're trying to do a lot of community outreach work and working with other businesses in town as well.
Yeah. Well, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
So is this all up on the calendar?
Yes, it's on our calendar. It's actually our header image for our Facebook page. It's under the 1920s Gala tab on the website. So if you go to events, 1920s Gala has everything with a button for you to click.
Now, when you say 1920s trivia,
yes.
Is this trivia about the 1920s?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so brush
Herbert
up.
Hoover.
Yes. Gene will come and answer Herbert Hoover to every question in hopes that he gets one right. We have that totally. We understand.
We'll make sure that question is not in there.
Yeah, I'm totally going to plan, yes.
Every question.
We're actually working with the CLC to use their Kahoot.
Okay.
That they've been using for their trivia, which has been really awesome. And then this month and next month we have our art and science, which is very exciting. We had boomerangs. We made boomerangs yesterday, which was a lot of fun. The kids had a blast.
Did they come back?
One did. She made it and it did come back.
Awesome.
And we were very impressed with her. Next Wednesday is salt painting.
Okay, salt painting.
And on the Facebook it says salt painting. With an exciting question mark.
Which I just did.
Yes, salt painting. And then we've got getting 1920s with thaumatropes. And then we have How Strong is a Bridge Made of Straws is the following Wednesday.
I'm sure it's an engineering exercise. And
yes.
They could be built a certain way to handle a certain amount of weight, I guess.
And then we have Missoula. So we're skipping that final week because we have Missoula. And so signups are happening now.
Okay.
And with Missoula, if you are signing up for the auditions, you have to have your child there the full 2-hour audition for them to receive a part.
Okay.
And there's no guaranteed parts, but everyone who signs up will get some sort of part.
As long as
because
you're there
we
the
have
whole
a
2
cap.
hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then we have Get Messy with Exploding Art, which is one of my personal favorites. So anyone who attends that, it starts up in 7/6. So
Okay.
July 6th is when we come back.
Exploding
Art. And that has always been a great fun. It's a great fun for me. Just send everyone in clothes that they don't mind having paint on. Then we're catapulting into the sun with catapults.
Okay.
And then we'll end with flex tangles, getting flex tangles with it, because that made me giggle. I was like, getting jiggy with it, that song. And so I was like, getting flex tangles with it. Maybe some millennial moms will understand my reference. Yeah. So we have the fun summer ahead.
Yeah. And kids, this is for kids primarily?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
Unless you're a parent and you really want to do with your child, because I'm a kid at heart, I will not tell you no.
But do you have to, you can pick and choose which ones?
Yes.
Or you could participate in all of them if you wanted to.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is great.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot going on this summer.
Yes, and we'll have more. The comedy troupe is getting ready to do their lunchtime specials again in July, which are at noon. And we'll have a dance camp that will be going up and another little workshop class. And so we're getting the summer together because that was something people asked for. They're like, what can we do for the summer?
Yeah.
And if you really need some music lessons, Max has been working on drum and guitar lessons as well.
Okay.
You just have to contact us and let us know.
Excellent. Well, it just sounds like a lot of fun. Go to the website, go to the Facebook page.
Yes.
For the, is it Artesia Arts Council?
Yes, Artesia Arts Council.
Okay.
And artesiaartscouncil.com.
.com.
Yeah.
And that way you'll see the upcoming events. You can sign up and you take the money over the website, I'm sure.
Yes.
If you need to, or you can
and
take it in
a
person.
note about our square.
Yes.
If you continue to read your receipt, it will tell you that even though it says to pick up, there is nothing that you have to pick up. Square makes us choose delivery or pick up. And when we had delivery, people were like, you're delivering me something? No. So we switched it to pick up, and we put down a note, and it says, you don't have to pick up anything.
Okay.
Even our tickets are virtual. So you're just getting the receipt. It's telling you to pick something up because Square requires that of us, but there's not anything that you have to worry about once you've purchased.
Okay. And so is the receipt then on your phone, or is that where the ticket is on your phone?
They get it in their email or text message, however they decided to have the receipt sent to them.
Yeah. But if you don't do that,
yes,
like you don't have a smartphone,
yes,
you can still come to the box office, buy a ticket,
yes,
and be admitted into the show or the event or whatever.
Because everything is virtual for us now, so we don't have anything that we print paper-wise. So yeah, you will be good to go. You just have to have your first and last name. Remember your name, so I can look you up. Or whoever bought your whatever, have their name, so then that way I can look it up, and you'll be good to go.
Good to go.
Yeah.
That's great. So, all right, for the jazz band,
yes,
what do you need again, or
we need jazz readers.
A jazz reader.
Let me bring that back up again.
I'm really surprised that I can't just do a search for the definition of jazz reader without going to this guy's website. Of course, I'm not using Google. I'm using DuckDuckGo.
Why use the Google anyway, or ask Siri, Safari. Jazz readers, a piano player, upright bass player, a sax player, tenor or alto.
Okay. So that if you know anybody or that's your wheelhouse, contact Kandese and get signed up to be a part of the band.
Yes.
That's going to perform. That's great. So, well, good. Is there anything else going on?
Not that I can think of. Just check out our website if you need anything else, or Facebook if you have Facebook.
Okay.
Yes.
Some people do.
Some people do. And for those who don't, just go. Well, and I have met some people who absolutely do not have a Facebook. So definitely look at our website, you can subscribe, and we will send you emails if that's what you want.
Excellent. That's a great thing to do. You're kind of familiar with Facebook. If somebody sends you a friend request,
yes,
and you decline it, do they know that you've declined it?
I mean, I think it goes away, so maybe they either figure you accepted or declined. It doesn't say that you declined it, but you don't show up in their friends list.
Yeah. Well, I would assume that, but I didn't know.
I'm sure it won't show like pending anymore. So then you know that they declined it.
Okay. But they don't get like a big notification that says,
this person does not want to be your friend. I don't think so. But I've not ever done that, so I have no idea.
But I don't know that I got. Well,
I mean, as in I sent one and it's been declined, so I have no idea. Like, I have not had that happen, so.
Well, it's just, I recognize that it's a big thing for a lot of people. I get that, okay?
Yes.
It's just not for me.
Right.
I have a Facebook page only because I have a business account, and a lot of our content, like right now, this show is on Facebook.
And so you have to, yes.
And when we did the graduations and we went back to look at our viewership numbers, Facebook views were a big part of the numbers that we compiled. So I understand that. I get that. But me personally, I just stopped posting. I
post every so often, and I wasn't using it until I started working for the Arts Council. I had one, but I wasn't using it. So I use it now because we have the Arts Council. Yeah. And funnily enough, a lot of our patrons are like, now we're friends. So then they add me. So that way, if like they're like, I have a question, I'll just ask Kandese and not message the Facebook page. So then they just message me like, hey Kandese, sorry to bug you.
Yeah. Well, I'll do that with text, but then you got to have that number to be able to do with the text. And this is different for me than probably most people, is I sit here 3 hours a day.
Right.
And I talk about stuff. And so I think if anybody's listened over any length of time, they probably have a pretty good idea. Of what I do or what I think, which is not much.
Yes. Because remember, I haven't asked you how you are today because you won't know until tonight.
Right now, I'm okay.
Oh, you actually have an answer for me. Oh my gosh, our pig's flying outside. What's happening?
Well, I don't have any events today. I don't have anything going on. A lot of times when you ask me that, or anybody asks me that, it's because we've either got a remote or a video broadcast.
You have other things.
And things that we're going to be doing, and so I don't know how I am until we've concluded those. And I know that either they happened or they happened with these problems or whatever. But today there's.
So you're okay today? Okay, yay! I got an answer for once. Yes.
All right. Have some birthday cake, by the way. Take some cake back.
Whose birthday is it?
Somebody that works here is having a birthday.
Oh, is it you? Is it Lana? Is someone not wanting me to know whose birthday it is?
Me.
It's you. Happy birthday!
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, but have some cake, please.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Kandese.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
I'm glad you remembered.
I know. One of us did.
But from here on out, you're on my calendar.
Awesome. So now you're in charge of the remembering.
Thanks a lot.